Hello traders and Market Club members everywhere. Adam Hewison here, coming to you from the digital studios of Market Club in Maryland. And it is cold here today. I thought spring had sprung, but I guess not. Very cold, very windy. But the big news is obviously the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 making all-time highs. This is the highest the NASDAQ has been in 13 years. It's all-time high. So it's got back to the disaster that happened with the dot-com crash. So let's take a look at that index first of all. All of our trade triangles are positive, indicating a strong upward trend. You also have a situation where it's broken out of a pretty standard pattern here. It's a little square. We just draw a little square around here. You can see that right there. It broke out. You can see we had a triangle right here. And it should, in fact, just double this triangle, go up to the upside. So I think it's got a lot further to go. It's a weekend. You got a plus 100 score. I guess this is going to be higher on Monday as well. Very good on the RSI too. This is a very strong pattern on the RSI. Let's move on. If we can get the S&P 500 cash in new high ground, looks very good. It's still very strong. All trade triangles are green, plus the RSI is strong. This looks like it wants to go higher. I would say a close over the 20. Close at these levels will be a new high close on a Friday and a new high close for the index itself. So I'd be very excited to see that happening. Looks like it wants to go higher. The RSI looks good. We are bullish on the stock markets, both the S&P 500 and also on the NASDAQ. This is the Dow. Little different picture here. And if you can just go with me on this one, it's still in a broad trading range, and it really hasn't gotten out of that range. You can see it must be, it's only 30 companies. It's not really a broad representation of what's going on in the market. So let's move on. This is Apple. The Apple trades begin to work the way we thought it would work. It needs to get a little more excitement. Apple Watch went on sale, and it looks really like it's selling a lot more than most people anticipated. They're expecting to sell upwards of 20 million units this year. Also, there's 3,000 apps for the Apple Watch, which is pretty amazing considering there's only like 400 when the iPhone first came out. So looks like it's turning up. We want to see some acceleration. I'd say a good close over 130 today would look very, very positive. So let's see how that plays out. Gold continues to sort of go nowhere, sort of building nothing. It's just below the 50 line. Signals are very mixed. You should be out from 11.95. It's 11.81 right now. So we're out of the market right now on the sidelines waiting for something to happen in this particular market. This is the euro dollar. And you can see it's really flattened out a great deal. You can see we've had the sort of square movement again, just sort of right there on the upside and the downside right here. So it's sort of trapped in that range. But here's the thought. What about it? I think Greece is going to get kicked out of the euro. I just can't imagine how they can not pay, and borrow more money to not pay it back. It makes zero sense. I think the bankers have just been absolutely terrified of having to eat their losses on this one. But here we are. We're just over the 50 line, indicating that the trend is a little bit firming up a little bit. So I'd pay attention to this because it could be when Greece leaves the euro, it could be positive for the euro. No one's talking about that right now. They're all thinking it's going to be negative, negative, negative. But I think it could be the news is out, the cat's out the bag, the euro is going to go back up. Let's see how it goes, and let's watch the signals. The key signal to watch is going to be this signal right here, the weekly signal on the triangles. Crude oil is actually acting pretty well for the week. It's even though it's down a little bit today, it still has kept on to its gains that it started when we had the monthly signal at 57.47. It's still in a positive trend over the 50 line. We expect this market to do better, particularly if we get it over 60. Then I think we can complete this pattern which we see right here, sort of like this big base building potential double bottom here, a potential sort of like movement like this, which would be very, very nice to see. But generally speaking, it looks as though this is the line in the sand. It's a 60, and that's 60. If it goes over there, then I think we've got something really going on the upside. But for the moment, we're sort of trapped in a broad trading range. Our daily is negative, indicating you should be out of the market right now and waiting for a signal to get back in. So let's see how that plays out. Let's take a look at what the other markets are doing. We want to look for 52-week highs. I've already put this in. You go here. We've got 360 new 52-week highs today. I've scanned this the way I scan it, and that is to view as bar charts, less than $50, greater than 2 million shares traded a day, and just U.S. exchanges. When I hit that, it takes it down to just 20 stocks. You want to do this a little later in the day, okay? And the reason I say that is because later in the day, this could change. So what I show you right now, these stocks may be different from how it closes. But here we are. There's a good JD.com is a good one, for example. That looks like it's new high ground. new high ground on all of these stocks. It's nice to see it when it comes out of a formation like this. The nice source looks very, very good. So all of these stocks, you'd buy them today if they're closing at or close to their highs at the end of the day, and then you'd sell them on Tuesday on the opening. I'm Adam Hewison for Market Club. Have a great trading day, and check out the 52-week highs later today. It's around about 3:45 Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you Monday.